Hi, I've just come in from my afternoon hunt and kind of tried to clean up my war paint just a little bit. As you can see, I didn't do so good. But I'm going to go through my hunting bag for bow hunting and just kind of show you what I carry with me, and maybe it'll be of some help to you. First, I just carry a backpack, just a camouflage backpack, and I'm going to open it up and just take things out one at a time. This is my tree strap for I use the Hunter Safety Systems. Just a tree strap for the safety belt. This is a rangefinder. This happens to be the Bushnell Chuck Adams rangefinder. It's a good one. The thing I like about this, and I think maybe Nikon Archer's Choice does the same thing, but as you range the deer, it will give you the horizontal distance in addition to your line of sight, your straight line distance, and it'll tell you the angle that you're looking at. Next, I have a video camera. I probably video a lot more deer than I shoot at. So I just keep a little Sony Handycam. Nothing fancy, but it does a pretty good job. So I keep that in my bag. Back on the wall behind me is the arm that I mount my camera on, and I'll get it and show it as well. It just straps to the tree. It's just an arm that the camera mounts on the top here, so you have a handle to kind of help get in oriented on the deer or whatever you're shooting pictures of, and a strap to go around the tree. So I just put it behind me. Usually I put it about shoulder high so that I can easily work it if I'm sitting or if I'm standing, and so that usually works well. At a grunt call. This one happens to be the Bone Collector Flex Tone. They're all pretty good. I like this one. I've got all different kinds. A little rattle bag, just a little wooden dowel rods inside, nothing super fancy. I've got some extra string. Okay, also in here, I always carry with me a bow hanger. Most of my stands I have up already have bow hangers, but sometimes I run into one. I took one down last year and hadn't put a new one up, so I carry one of these with me. Probably the most important, one of the most important things I carry with me is limb saw, and this is just, I don't know, Walmart special, but it's a good one. Folds up easy, blade goes away, you don't cut anything. Always have that with me, especially early in season. Always carry some extra rope, pull rope. Get to a stand and your pull rope's down or don't have one up, I've got a spare. A little flashlight. Actually, I don't like this one. I need a better one, but I actually carry two lights, but this is one. And again, just little spare pieces of rope. You never know. There's always need for a little piece of rope to hang something or tie something off. I keep my release on the top of my bag. It's just something I've come up with. Every time I go in the woods and I get ready to hunt, I know where it is. I don't have to look for it, or it's not strapped to my bow or any place. It's always right here. So I just think it's a good idea to keep it in the same place all the time, wherever it is. And it's latched on there, so it's not coming off. Okay, let's see. The side pocket. This is a vanilla spray. This one's called Nose Jammer. It's just something local stores around here have. I actually have mixed up my own, but it's a vanilla spray. This is Windicator. I like to spray this just to keep up with which way the wind's blowing. And I have been known at times to get up in a stand, check the wind. It's not blowing the way that the forecaster said it was going to blow, and I get down and move to a new stand. You know, sometimes you get down in the creek bottoms and places where the wind tends to swirl or doesn't do exactly like the wind overhead's doing. It's nice to kind of keep a check on what it's doing. This one's almost out, so I have another one, another Windicator. This is the second light that I keep with me. It's just one of those little clip-on headlights. You know, it has all kind of different lights, but this one actually works better than that flashlight I have. But it's good to have two little lights. They're small, easy to carry, so it's not too much of a problem to keep two of them. Ah, my radio is for listening to the LSU games. Always got to hear my Tigers, even in the stand. Huh, left over from last year. I didn't even know I had this. A third flashlight. Now that one's a lot better. I guess I don't need another flashlight after all. Yeah, this is a much better. A little small still, a little mag light, I think. No, it's a little Rayovac, but it's a much brighter light than the other one. Forgot I even had that in there from last year. Okay, and here in my lower pouch is where I keep all my scents. I just got a brand new scent this weekend, and it's about to kill me. It's the skunk scent. I keep some of it in a plastic bag. I had to put this one in a plastic bag. It's out of this world. It's Tinks. Yeah, Tinks number 10 skunk scent. Man, if you want something that's gonna stink up the woods and maybe they won't smell you, that is the ticket if you can stand it. It's rank, but I'm trying it. We're gonna see how it works. So far, so good. Saw a lot of deer this afternoon. I keep several of these for scent control. Most of these have probably 2 or 3 of them will have doe and heat, and the other will have doe urine or just some other cover scent. I've got a bottle of natural doe urine here, Hunter Specialties, I think. This is the mixed up vanilla scent that I made. I just made it last night. I think 4 parts water, 1 part vanilla extract. Spray it, and it seems to be a good cover scent as well. Used it a little bit last year, and it seemed to work. I even had a little spike come up to the tree. I sprayed it on and licked the tree last year, so coming from downwind, so I think it works pretty well. Always got to have a little Primos. This is the long can for the doe and estrus can. Good around the rut time, pre-rut time. This is the very beginning of bow season, so I probably won't hardly use this at all right now. And so that's that pocket. And the last pocket, more essentials. This is the top pocket on this particular bag. And this bag, I don't know, I think this is a redhead, so that means I got it at Bass Pro Shop, probably in Denham Springs, Louisiana. Okay, roll of toilet paper. For the obvious, but also good for hanging on limbs when you're tracking deer, when you're following blood trails. Flag and tape for the exact same reason. That would be the reason of tracking deer, of course. A compass. I never, ever go in the woods without a compass. I hunt a small piece of property here. It's mine. I know it like the back of my hand. I don't need a compass to help me get out. But where I use my compass a lot is when I shoot a deer and I hear it run off. I always mark where I shot it, where it first entered some landmark, the edge of a field or a tree, and then the last place that I heard it. And before I get down out of my stand, I take my compass and I get a heading. I try to guesstimate about how far away I heard it and exactly how many degrees on that compass from the position I'm sitting in that stand, the last place that I heard that deer was. Very helpful in finding a deer you've shot with your bow, but got to go look for. A good knife, nothing super special, but a good sharp knife. And this is one of those little multi-tools. It's tiny. It's not good for a whole lot, but sometimes you just need a little bit. And it's got a little light on it. It's got a little teeny tiny pliers and a little screwdriver. Been in a bind once or twice before, and glad I had that little dinky thing. Doesn't take up any space. Doesn't weigh anything. Nice to have just a little multi-tool in there also. So anyway, that is my hunting bag. That's what I take hunting with me every time in bow season. Doesn't change much. If I go with a gun, I don't change it a whole lot. Something new I'm doing this year, I would encourage everybody to consider doing this or something very much like it. I'm using the Lifeline system. It's this rope, and basically you tie the rope up high around your tree, and you let it come all the way to the ground and tie it off at the bottom of your tree, and it has a little prusik knot on here with the prusik knot with this buckle, and you clip into it, and you can slide the prusik knot up as you climb up and bring it down as you go down. That way, from the time you first leave the ground until the time you return to the ground, you were always clipped in. So if you fall, you're not going to fall far. However, you're only going to fall as long as you're tethered on your safety belt. It's going to save lives. I know too many guys already who are crippled and heard stories of some who have died from falling from tree stands. It happens every year. And I bought this one. I think I've bought two. I see how it's done. It's real easy. I've made a couple more, so I'm outfitting all of my stands, and I've got a bunch of them. I'm outfitting all of my stands with these lifelines, and so really good idea. And they're about 50 bucks. You can probably make it for 5, but really good idea. And let's see. Yes. My safety belt, it's just a hunter safety system one. It's all right. I like it all right. My binoculars, these are cheapos. I really need to break down and get a good pair of binoculars, but these are small. They're compact. They do a good job. I'm never looking more than 150 yards if I'm on one of the big food plots. Most of the time I'm looking at deer 50 or 20 to 80 yards. So I don't need a super duper pair, but these are functional. They do the job. Another thing I got this year, in fact, I just used it for the first time today. This is my opening of bow season. This is my first hunt this year. This is just a little holster of sorts to rest your bow in. I know when it gets close to dark or the prime hunting time of the day, a lot of times I'll go ahead and take my bow off of the hanger and hold it. In years past, I'm holding it for 15, 20, 30 minutes, and my arm gets a little tired, and by the time you're ready to pull back, you shaky a little bit. So this allows me to kind of rest the bow, the bottom of the bow, just rest in this little cup. And it just kind of supports itself, and that way I can hold my bow close. And I used it today, and I like it. I'm actually finding I'm switching it from my left side to my right side. I'm going to try it on my right side tomorrow. But it's another thing, I think it's just one of those little small things that make a difference that helps. Wear knee-high rubber boots, and I use this old Primo sling for my bow. This is a Dinosaur Hoyt bow, but it's awesome. Haven't upgraded because it does a real good job killing deer. I don't need a more expensive one to do a good job. So that's my hunting bag. It's pretty simple. It's pretty concise. It does a really good job, and I hope maybe it'll help you. Good luck hunting.